Andrea Beesley-Brown.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll try not to bore you to tears.
You totally ignore the microphone for
It's cool. I like it. It's buzzy and bouncy, like my parka. Well, thank you guys. I'll try and be entertaining. So basically, the Royale, we opened up in July of this year. I've been showing movies in the Valley under the alter ego of the Midnight Movie Mamacita for about 5 years. And I would like to talk about my passion, which is obviously movies. So basically started out in Phoenix. I'm not from here, from New Zealand. And got married, moved over here, and really have always had a passion for B movies, cult classics, just funky kind of cinema. I noticed that no one was really exhibiting those type of movies in the Valley. So we started our first event. It was at the Paper Heart Arts venue in downtown Phoenix. Anyone remember Paper Heart? Yes, that was a cool, very cool venue. So it's crazy actually. Someone posted a photo on Instagram of it the other day, like, oh, I miss Scott and Dawn and stuff. It's still empty, I think. Yeah. It's kind of sad. But they ran away. They have a kid now. They're like moving up. Yeah, they were doing the Ren Fair for a while. Yeah, that's fun. But it was an awesome venue. Our first show, we showed the movie Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. It's a Russ Meyer film from the 60s, really buxom babes, you know, like driving around in Porsches and like killing people and karate chopping and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And we brought out Tura Satana, who is the star of the film, as well as Haji, who's also a star of the film, not the main character, but kind of second in command. And we had Scandalous, the burlesque troupe, perform. We had the Green Lady Killers play. So it was really a fun night. We sold out. We had way more people in that space than we should have. This is going to be a theme throughout my business thing. I don't really obey occupancy laws that well. So that kind of spurred a whole kind of new career for me. I was like, this is really fun. People obviously want to, see these kind of movies and go to these types of events. So continued doing shows at the Paper Heart every other month or every month, and then kind of got to the point where I really wanted to start showing 35mm film, because prior to that we'd just been doing digital. And so I kind of got into to get into 35mm, it's like an old boys club. It's like a bunch of old white dudes that kind of just collect film, and it's like really hard and secretive to get into. And so I kind of found a local guy in town who collected film, and we became friends, and we started exhibiting 35mm films at Chandler Cinemas, doing really cold stuff like zombie. I think the first show we ever did was the Candy Snatchers and Blood Freak, maybe. So like really obscure, fun, like campy stuff. And a year later, I was running Chandler Cinemas. It was a second run theater, but we did Rocky Horror Picture Show every Saturday night, and then we did all the cult classics. So it was a crazy venue. The craziest night I think I remember there, because we were like shameless about renting out the place because we had no money. So we would like rent out the theater to anyone. One night we had a rave going on, so we blocked off like the whole front area of the theater. It was a 10-plex. So it was an old United Artists Theatre, so it was huge. So we had a rave going on in the front, then we had a Bollywood movie in one auditorium, we had a screening all in sign language for a deaf group in one, and then we had my Grindhouse movie in another theatre. And it was just the coolest mix of people. Like, the deaf people didn't really care because they couldn't hear anything, they didn't mind that there was this rave going on. And then you had like the Bollywood people, they played their movies really loud. So the only people that were kind of like, what's going on, were the people coming to see my movies. But that was a really great place. It was kind of just like a big playground. Just imagine this old big theater, $2 movies and Rocky Horror and craziness, and raves almost every other weekend at some point. So, but we had to do what you had to do to make money, so it's unbelievable. That venue was probably, I don't know how many square feet. It was huge. And the rent was only, I think it was $2,000 or $3,000 a month. So we'll never ever find anything like that ever again. It was cool. But that kind of started to whittle down, and then decided to make the move to Madcap Theatres on Mill Avenue, which is the old Harkins Centrepoint 11. Harkins moved up to Tempe Marketplace and left, the building vacant. So I started doing films there, and that was a really great place to kind of build the brand. I was like, if we can't survive on Mill Avenue, then we're in trouble. We can't make this work like right next to the college. And we did have some success, there were shows that, didn't do as well, but it was a lot of fun and really great exposure. But after kind of renting out other people's venues for 5 years, the goal was always, let's build enough of an audience so that we can have our own permanent venue. And so we were actually looking in downtown Phoenix because I was convinced that downtown Phoenix was where we had to be. And then I heard about this place called Film Bar opening up, and I was so pissed. I was like, I've been doing this for 5 years, someone's gonna come in and beat me to it. But it turns out now, Callie and I, the owner of Film Bar, we're very good friends, and I'm very happy for his success. He's been a great mentor to me, so I'm not angry anymore. But it was, so we were like, let's do downtown Phoenix, and we were thinking way above what we should have. We wanted to build like a 2-screen theater and do all rep and Indian art house and stuff, and then we're like, what are we thinking? This is ridiculous. We don't have all this money. And then just by chance, I came to downtown Mesa. I've always loved this area, and I saw the for rent sign right across the street in the furniture store. It was Universal Furniture. And I was like, this is really cool. So gave the landlord a call and set up a meeting. I was like, yeah, I think this could be an awesome place, and started talking to other business owners and cheese bar. And just picking everyone's brains about, like what their experience has been like in downtown Mesa. People were very honest, which was great. No one like really sugar-coated anything, but people's experiences were really positive, and they seemed excited to have something like us, kind of move in. So it's been a crazy process, converting the space into a theater. And David will know that David knows that we've had our challenges complying with certain regulations. But we're definitely, the city has been great, the DMA has been great. We're very fortunate to have had like a lot of support, and then just getting to know so many new people and neighbors. And one of the frustrating things though is I think people like to know that places like the Royale or like Nevermore exist. They're like, oh, it's so great that someone's doing that. But if people don't patronize them and like shop at those places, then they can't survive. And granted, we might not play the type of movies that everyone's going to be interested in. But if you look at our calendar, and if you can't find one movie in a month that you're remotely interested in, there's something wrong with you. Because we have documentaries, we have family-friendly stuff, horror, sci-fi. So we try and make a really good balance. But that's one thing that I always struggle with. It's like, Callie, the owner of Film Bar, he made this t-shirt and he gave it to me. It says, Phoenix has no culture. And it's totally tongue-in-cheek because we are the culture. We are the ones that are making the culture in the valley. And I was wearing this shirt on Mill Avenue, and this hipster douchebag just looks at me and he goes, you know what, you're so right, dude. And I just wanted to punch him in the face. I'm like, you don't get it. It's ironic, you moron. Like, there is so much stuff going on in the valley. Just open up a New Times and like look through. There's so much stuff going on, but if people don't get off their, if it's not convenient, some businesses are gonna suffer. So that's been one challenge, but we're really excited to be in downtown Mesa, and we really look forward to trying to get a beer and wine license. So hopefully that will help. We don't want to turn into a bar, but just to be able to have that added, just be able to enjoy a movie and have a beer or, wine or something, we think would be a really great enhancement to the venue. So, is that my time limit? I don't know where I'm at.
That's
Yes.
the fish pump or beer.
I know, I don't even drink beer, but I'm like, yay. Hopefully that would be, so we're hoping, fingers crossed. So, so I don't know if anyone has
questions.
Yeah, sure, if anyone has
Okay,
any
so I will actually